Okay, so to be straight up and set the record straight right away, I'm not even going to talk about the Halo 5 Mythic being a form of pseudo-beta for Halo Infinite, as Bad Password and Hidden Xperia have already done videos about it, which are both equally great, and in this video I'd actually like to talk about it in a sense that I made an unreleased video last September I'd like to revisit, as I know I could do better, and I have some points I'd like to cover as we're most likely getting closer to getting our hands on the game. So as such, in this video I'm going to cover these key points: when I think the beta will release, the truth behind the purpose of the beta, and how you can measure your expectations and report things back that don't work right, or even feedback features that you don't like. So in today's video on Ultimate Halo, we are going to talk about the truth about Halo Infinite's beta.
Ultimate Halo.
Hey up lads, Fletch here from Ultimate Halo. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Leaving a like on the video would help me out tremendously, and subscribing would mean the world. I'm trying to hit 80,000 at the minute and we're so close, I just need your help. And also, I bought something. This bad boy here. Now there's actually a lot of concept art and renders on this from Halo 1 and 2, but there's a lot of stuff I haven't actually seen before myself, so if you want to know more about this, follow me in my Twitter in the description and you will be able to see all the stuff I will be dumping on my Twitter soon enough. And by the way, this is it's not licensed by Ultimate Halo in absolutely any way, so just really wanted to clarify that. Now the first thing I'm going to discuss is getting the tough speculation out of the way. The Halo Infinite beta, when exactly will we see it? In all truth, this is probably the hardest question that I'm going to answer in this video. The reason being because so much is going on at the moment in terms of the consoles and them slowly being prepped. If you tuned into my previous video I made, you'll know that I'm pretty confident that Halo Infinite gameplay is going to be revealed at the proper reveal of the Xbox Series X. The main reason is because Microsoft want to show off their flagship franchise running on their new tech in the aim to sell consoles. With that in mind, we'll use this as a springboard to speculate when we could see the gameplay reveal and then turn it into the beta, as I have a sneaking suspicion that the beta will be launched right after the reveal. Now at this point I kind of have to hold my hand up, so originally when I wrote this script I explained that the beta could be shown off initially at E3 and available immediately after. Then literally the day after being ready to edit the video, this certain virus, which I can't name because it'll demonetize this video, ended up cancelling the event of E3, which I absolutely understand, but that also threw out part of my theory, which is kind of annoying. But instead Microsoft have now confirmed that they're going to host their own event stream online. However, this does concern me a little bit because I do raise the question of how much reach such an event can get on the internet. Typically E3 is full of journalists and fans alike, as well as millions watching online, and the lack of E3 might impact how much reach Microsoft are able to get in terms of viewers, which does concern me. But yet at the same time, if they do make good promise prior to the event of what they are going to show, it could draw enough attention. Then hopefully they could release the beta immediately after, which I think is more than likely, as they're capitalising on having a reveal of gameplay and the hype around that, and then converting it to people itching to get their hands on the game. So in short, if Microsoft still do it, it'll be around the same time as E3, and it'll be around June time I would suspect we'll be able to play that the beta. Right, okay, so at this point we have a bit of a basis about when we think we could see Halo Infinite's beta release, but I know sometimes they can be used as marketing tools, and I don't think that would look good on 343 doing this 3 weeks prior to launch, for example. You want to see that they're using it for actual feedback prior to release that's possible to fix or change. The truth about Halo Infinite's beta is what I'd like to discuss now, and I'm sure some of you have been sat there and thinking, the truth? What truth? Come on Fletch, you're talking rubbish. For a start, I always talk rubbish, just in an effective way. And secondly, the truth for Halo Infinite's beta is that it's not a testing ground for fans to turn around and say, I do or do not want features such as advanced mobility. Let's just say that sprint is in Halo Infinite. As we saw in a previous video of mine, there was actually quite a lot of people who've liked it, but of course it was natural that there are also a lot of fans who are from the previous entries that don't want it in the next entry, which is also fine. You're allowed to have either opinion. But if Halo Infinite does have this feature, by creating loud, obnoxious forum posts online explaining how it's bad for Halo and how it needs to be removed, I highly doubt you're going to get anywhere. Not because 343 aren't listening, quite the opposite actually. They have ears on the ground and are ready for you to say your opinion right away and take it in where possible. However, elements such as these will not be changed because the game at this point will be fundamentally designed to have this specific feature. The map sizes, the lanes in the multiplayer, the animations, etc. As such, by fans kicking up a fuss on either side, whether it is or isn't in the game, likely will not get you anywhere. However, something that doesn't quite work as it's intended, you'll have ideas about how to change it, for example. That would be a better way to approach a beta like this. So let's say there was a mechanic that allowed you to aim down your sights again, but for some reason it just wasn't working as intended. The best way to go about it is to say how it doesn't work and what you could do to improve it, and then that's something they can readily implement as it's not working as intended. Another part of the truth behind Halo Infinite's beta is that a lot of it will be testing its netcode for the servers. 343 haven't really had too many issues for non-ported games in the past, such as Halo 4 and 5. I thought they ran pretty fine at launch, and Halo Wars 2 was okay as well, but regardless, they will still want to stress the servers just so that everything is ready to go at launch. My next point on this also is that the PC is going to be a massive part of this game. Console releases on the past aren't always easy as such to develop for, but I would say in general terms that PC tends to be much harder to develop for. As such, I imagine 343 will want to get the game out there and test how it runs, because every single one of us who have a gaming PC will have a unique type of setup, and people have different CPUs, graphics cards, RAM, etc. that requires more testing, as there are just so many more variables when it comes to PC. Overall, as a Halo game, there are far more variables with Halo Infinite than there have been in the past. There are also more consoles that they are making it for now. PC being a factor on top of all of this, 343 also trying to fix their mistakes in the past and build upon the things they did well. They've certainly got their hands full, and I really do not envy them at all, especially after announcing MCC coming to PC, because that seems like it's been quite a massive undertaking, and they're doing relatively well. It's not perfect on the PC side of things, and that's why I really think they want to get it right with Halo Infinite. Next up, just to see the video out, we are going to talk about expectations for the Halo Infinite beta, and if there's any form of advice I could give to anyone in the community, it's just level yourself first when you're playing it. Don't have knee-jerk reactions. If you see something you don't like at first, just keep playing and maybe you'll understand why it was done the way it was. 343 aren't just sat there in an office rubbing two sticks together in hopes to make fire. Even though they will get some things right and others wrong, everything in game development is thought about, and things that are implemented on a feature level are generally done so intentionally. There is also a reason why I am saying this. I remember when Halo Reach's beta first launched back in 2010, and for those who didn't play it, let me just say that it was drastically better than the final release in my eyes. I understand why some people maybe didn't react to it well at first, because it had a much slower base movement, a lesser jump height, which I felt was good considering the tech in the game wasn't as advanced, and the bloom was also fine too. Honestly, I didn't mind it. But then what happened was fans had a knee-jerk reaction to all of those things. Bungie changed them, and in my opinion the game was far worse off because of it. As well as this, don't expect nothing to be changed at the same time, and don't expect everything to change. Whether you like or dislike something, there are a lot of reasons behind why Halo Infinite might not change that at the beta stage. The simple answer is that 343 will only have so much time to implement certain changes, and secondly, because of the climate of the fanbase right now. Some fans love modern Halo and think it needs to stay, and some fans think it should go back to its roots. Either way, I think we need to expect some level of compromise and for us not to go too crazy. So that is the truth behind Halo Infinite's beta. I wouldn't get your hopes up too much about seeing every single element of the game, because it'll be a small snippet, and quite frankly, not everything will be changed just on a basis of your knee-jerk reactions. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work like that. However, I want to know your thoughts on the Halo Infinite beta. I'd like to know when you think we'll see it and what type of games we'll see as a part of it in terms of game types. Let me know in the comments. Once again, my name is Jack Fletcher and a subscription to the channel would be greatly appreciated, and I will see you next time on the one and the only Ultimate Halo.
Subscribe now to Ultimate Halo for more unfriggin' believable Halo content.